Everybody stand on my feet, baby. Ooh, clap your hands together, man. Yeah, pretty for Sunday weather. Wow. Hey. Don't like that match, no. I'm melting.
Ah, you're a horrible, horrible girl. Pretty appropriate song, in my opinion, for tonight's rescheduled game that was supposed to be tomorrow night, but thankfully it's not. Because it's supposed to be even colder tomorrow, if that's possible. Okay, so tonight is the Cheesemakers hosting Baraboo Portage. Thunderbirds are here, and they are a go indeed. Reference probably missed by just about everybody. Hope there's I'm in the middle of a conversation. I thought it was an A-B. I'd see my way out. Anyway, while we're here and we're waiting, let's take a look at the last score that I recorded here. It was not the last game, but the game before. Against Wanakee. Stripes just came on the ice right now, so we do have 30 seconds or so. It'll be beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so let's see. If I can find it here, I'm going to take a look at what the Cheesemakers have coming up, and I don't have it. That's fantastic. I thought I saved that to the top. Anyway, so I believe next week there are 2 home games on Tuesday and Thursday? Question mark. I will find the answer here hopefully shortly. I'm gonna move that up. So yes, to wrap up January, the 27th, Tuesday, we'll be here as Monroe hosts Edgewood. It'll puck drop at 7, and then Thursday, the 29th, be home here hosting Janesville, and that pushes us into February then, where you start February with a couple of, well, with 3 out of 4 home games. Tuesday, February 3rd, I can't believe it's going to be February already. Home versus Stoughton, that's a makeup game. And then Friday, they travel up to McFarland, and then Saturday back here against KMMO at 3 p.m. A rare back-to-back. And then February 10th, home taking on DeForest. My dude should just record this and then just play it. I was gonna say something, but I don't think I would get any closer. Ozzy says all aboard. Monroe coming off of a loss to Beaver Dam Tuesday. See if they can rebound. And let's see how. See if my thing is fixed. All right, goalie's ready. I'm ready. Let's throw down, big man. That shot missed well left of Brock. Blake Foggett dumps it down. Thunderbirds control the puck for the time being. Cheeky behind the back pass. Puck's in the triangle down there where I can't see it. It's hiding. That's way offside. I can see that from here. If I remember right, Baraboo's rink is pretty cold too. Puck goes out. Didn't have enough juice to get up towards me though. Barra Brantley takes the putt, tosses it, well, went past Bo. Up to, well, that was Kaner. And Monroe does a line change, so. Good controls it across into Baraboo's zone, tries to center. Found the cheesemaker, but the angle of geometry and stuff wasn't with it. Good sense there by Good to jump on the pass. Up close and personal shot by Blake Falgate, saved by the Tendy. That one was deflected as well. I missed it. Daly tries a shot, hits the defender. Hits the Thunderbird in the wing. Too much of a stretch, I think. Couple of saves in there. As Monroe is getting some shots off here early on in the first. Janicki over to let's see who that was. Baraboo gets it out, so Monroe will have to pull everybody back, and they do. Good interception there by Hans Brandt. Anticipated the pass, but Thunderbirds have a breakout chance. Bo Janicki takes the puck away. Legally. Good defense. That Kaner. Yep. Tried a backhander. Didn't get a good clean shot off. Shot by Bo Janicki almost sneaks in. Good leg save. Brady Stewart takes it mid-ice. No one else wanted it. Hicks will try a shot. I don't know if that even made it. Thought it did, but... And then that's offsides by Monroe. Lots of offense coming from Monroe here early on. See if they can get one of these to find the back of the net. Oh. Remember my son's first, as a mite, first tournament that wasn't cross ice was up at Baraboo, and it was their, I think his name was Logan Clem. Memorial game. It was cold as hell that weekend, but it was a fantastic time. Great, I have great memories of that particular tournament. I don't remember how they did. I think the game results at that point in time were kind of inconsequential. Point blank pulled it. Just held on to it too long. Good save, good. Yeah. Good save by Brock. Boom, boom, boom. Taken away by Portage. You got a 2-on-1. Brock says no soup for you. Penalty on Monroe. That's on Tyson Fallgate, who says, I don't think so, sir. Hold on. I believe it was game misconduct. So Baraboo Portage be on a power play here. We'll get the official cause of the penalty here shortly. Oh. So 2-minute penalty for head contact and a 10-minute game misconduct on Tyson Fallgate. I must have missed it, which is very possible. Matter of fact, it's quite likely. Because it was a late whistle. It sounded like it came after. That's not icing? The whistle came well after the play had stopped. So I more than likely was not paying attention to any extracurricular things that were occurring on the ice. Shot misses wide right as we have a stoppage of the clock. Number 15, Tucker Mallory, serving the 2-minute portion of the penalty for Tyson. Power play is officially over. Shot redirected right in front of Brock. Luckily, it went a little bit left, and it missed. Cheesemakers do a good job on the penalty kill for the time being. Shot missed. And a good save by Mr. Bradley. You're what did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm a good boy. Three on one for Monroe. Over to Kane. Kane can't quit it, get a clean hit off of it. And Monroe comes away with nothing on a very good opportunity. I thought he was, oh, he did. I just didn't see it. And that's icing on Monroe. Whatever 6 did was way off cam. Okay. So that might be why I didn't see it then. Contact to the head was the call, and then a 10-minute game of misconduct. Shot misses wide right. And offsides on Monroe. He was jostling with the dude in front of the Baraboo net. That's the last you saw. Well, whatever was started at the Baraboo net must have continued down. Penalty coming up. And this is on Monroe as well. Brady Stewart gonna go say what's up to Tyson. And Baraboo is on another power play for 2 minutes. Tripping was the official call, if I didn't say that earlier. So originally this game was scheduled to be tomorrow night, but they wisely chose to play it Tonight, instead, worked out well for everybody. I think there was an issue with refs, too. No one wants to be out tomorrow night. Yeah, Monroe gets it out of their zone, so. And they'll change out 3 out of the 4. Good takeaway by Lane Staley. Lane Schultz. Held on to that puck just a little bit too long, did Brody good. That'd be something if Lane Staley was playing. This pass over to Good. Tries to sneak behind the defender and gets it up to Daly. He pushes it over. Trying to get it in. I think might have gotten one of those. Bubba Sparks said tomorrow's going to be ugly. Great philosopher. And that dude, Lane Staley, that dude could sing. Even in his later years when he was strung out and didn't have any teeth and looked like he weighed maybe $105. It looked like it just didn't, it didn't take any effort for him to sing, if I could finish my thought without having a stroke. And Baraboo gets on the board first. And they will take a 1-0 lead here as we are coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the first. I would agree with that, Wisco. Matter of fact, just the other night, I was re-listening to the Alice in Chains Unplugged. The uncut version. So it's the European version. So I'm sorry, I'm a child. Which has got the mess up of, what was it, Sludge Factory? And Lane starts off and he sings the wrong last 2 lines of the first verse. I was reading some as Monroe brings it up quickly. An effort was made. I was reading about how they were making it, how they made it, and they said in the month leading up to it, Alice in Chains were rehearsing, and it just was not going well at all. Um, Lane never showed up on time. Sometimes he didn't show up at all. And Jerry Cantrell had said that the words Alice in Chains and practice don't go along in the same sentence. But then you listen to, the Unplugged, and those Unplugged shows, any little thing that's not quite hit perfectly is just amplified. And I think especially Mike Inez's bass on that is just impeccable. So after one, Thunderbirds get a goal with 2 minutes remaining in the period to take the lead 1-0. Monroe started off fast, and then a big penalty on number 6, Tyson Fawgate, had him sitting in the penalty box for 10 minutes plus. I think that may have played a bit of a factor. And with the Nirvana Unplugged, the last band I was in, we did a cover of Nirvana's cover of Where Did You Sleep last night, just because I always thought, especially at the end there, it's just such a... and I'm not a huge Nirvana guy, I'm not a huge Kurt guy, but he sang that song, especially the end, with just as much feeling as I think you could possibly put in a song like that. Of course, we didn't do it any justice when my band did it, but it was still fun to play. Nirvana was one of those bands where the first time I heard Teen Spirit, it was something that was completely different from what I had heard before. And I can kind of say the same thing about, to a lesser extent, when Enter Sandman came out. It's not like I was new to Metallica. My brother had all of the Metallica cassettes, and trust me, he forced me to listen to anything that he was listening to. But when you came out and you heard Enter Sandman, which doesn't sound like anything from Injustice for All, bass or no bass, I don't know. It just it's one of those things where that particular music came on at the right time. At least in my opinion. Very few bands could I tell you what I was doing the first time I heard them. I really heard them, not just like in passing or something. Jane's Addiction was one of those. Riding around in a guy's car who was big into the alternative scene, and he was listening to Stop. And that song was completely different from anything I'd ever heard, It's the power of music, man. You never got into Jane's? Excuse me, I didn't mean to come off right into the microphone. That ritual de la habitual. is the only one that I bought, although um, there's some songs on Jane Says that I think are good. Um, I remember hearing Chili Peppers for the first time. I'm not a big Red Hot Chili Peppers guy, but I remember hearing Under the Bridge for the first time. I remember I was in a mall in Rockford, Illinois. I was in oh god, now I can't remember the name of it. The music stores that they had in malls back in the 80s. Whatever the name of it was. And of course, they were jamming a radio station at the time. And I'm listening to this song and I'm like, now, I'm a big Van Halen guy. Like huge. I'm like, this is Van Halen, but that's not David Lee Roth singing. I was 11 at the time. And I'm like, that's Sammy Hagar. Did Sammy Hagar's band start copying Van Halen? And then, the song's over. It was Love Walks In. And the DJ said, that's the new Van Halen. I about had a tantrum. Sam Goody. Yeah, it wasn't Sam Goody. And then we didn't, I lived out in the country, so we had 4 channels, maybe 5 if the weather was right. The rotary antenna. And we didn't have, it was ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and PBS. Sometimes a channel out of Iowa, which was an independent at the time. It was like the WB before the WB. And on some channel, at midnight, from midnight to 1, they would replay like a segment of like MTV's top videos of the week or something like that. And so I used to stay up and watch that and record it. And that's kind of how I found out. And that ties in well with the first song, with the song that I played at the very start of this stream. David Lee Roth's solo effort off of A Little Late Enough. His last good album, in my opinion. Jason Becker on guitar. Right after they made that album, he couldn't even go out on tour because that's when ALS really hit him hard. And so he recorded the album, and then it is, he hasn't been able to really move since. And that was the last album that I think Dave actually sang decent on. But man, Eat 'Em and Smile and Skyscraper, both of those albums were just money. And then he came out with a Little Late Enough, and it was like, this guy can't miss, in my opinion. And then 1994 rolls around, and he releases Your Filthy Little Mouth. I've tried to listen to it since. There's a couple of songs on there that are passable, but it felt like, it almost felt like a betrayal. And that was around the same time. I'm big, ugly Kid Joe guy. And they made a real stinker called Motel California, I believe. It's got one good song on it, and it is basically the lead singer playing messages from his answering machine, and the band jams. You know what? Next game, next home game, I will start the stream with that song. The song is called "Rage Against the Answering Machine." The music is fantastic. The problem is on the rest of the album. I don't know if Whitfield Crane, their singer, I don't know if he was having throat issues or if he was trying to go for a different sound because of Soundgarden and all that fun stuff. Um, but it was just not. It didn't suit his style or the band, in my opinion. And the other thing is, it's not like he blew his throat out because they still tour after they took like 15 years off, and then they started touring back right around right before the pandemic. And Whitfield can still sing. I mean, he still sounds just as good as he did on the very first Ugly Kid Joe album. So I don't know what happened with that one album, but now that I'm done ranting about music. I was playing Rocksmith the other day, and there's a couple of songs that I was playing on guitar that I remember. Uh, there's a Survivor song, and a couple other songs that I can remember feeling like I really understood the song and it hit home and as I'm playing the song it shows the date that it was released and I'm like, yeah, there's no way in hell I could um, connect to a song when I was 10. At least the type of song that it was. Second was brought to you by Columbia House, where you still, you know what? Funny story. My now wife, she had fell victim to that Columbia House scam, and I finally called them up and because she was trying to cancel it and they weren't letting her. So I called them up and I said that I was her and you're Mindy. I'm like, yeah, my dad was a big Johnny Cash fan. Anyway, they finally let her go. So, man, that thing was a pyramid scheme, though. But you get 10 CDs for 1 penny. So anyway, we're off and running in the second period here. Centering pass finds him. Ooh, good defense by Baraboo to get a stick in there and keep really good for him getting a clean shot off. Over to Hicks. Hicks will leak and that finds the back of the net. Is that Owen Hicks? Get the official. Gibson Daly. Assisted by Brody Good. So I had the wrong person. It was 14 Gibson Daly, not 24. Owen Hicks. Good defense by Monroe. Able to take the puck away. Kane brings it across the blue line. Had backdoor wide open. Thunderbirds were able to deflect it. Poke away by Stewart. Shot pulled just a little bit. Shot by Brandt, almost floated over and in. Good stop by Thunderbird goalie there. And Brantley able to glove that for a save. As Tyson Folgate is now free of his cage. He's coming out of his cage and he's feeling just fine. Blake Folgate gets it up to Stewart, over to Good, but Good was slightly offsides. Wow. Quick. I think they blew the whistle. So that's so they have called it a goal. I thought they had blown the whistle, to be 100% honest. Oops. And that went in. So Monroe now leads 3-1 in an odd start here in the second. I guess we're 5 minutes in, huh? 6 minutes. Tyson Folgate credited with the goal on that one, and Hans Brandt with the assist for Monroe. Head ball. Take the shot, Brock. Just once. Just once. Monroe changes out 2. And Brock will cover that one up. Jules' second CD was actually pretty good. It had These Foolish Games on it. That's a banger. It's a heads-up play by Schilt to not touch the puck. Kilson brought it up, dumps it down, and they will change out 4. Upcoming Monroe penalty on Barrett Bradley. So that'll put Baraboo on a power play for 2 minutes. Cross-check was the penalty. Good leg stick save. He'll try from the blue line. Brock saw it. At no point was his life in danger. Seconds remaining in the power play for Baraboo. Skirt. Penalty is over. Leg save at the last second. Decent amount of chirping going on. Good defense by Barrett. Contests the shot and deflects it. Good leg save. Four saves in there. Okay. Well, that was the captain that did that. So Monroe is now on a power play. Their first opportunity of the night. Shot misses. Left, I believe. Kaner skates it in, dishes off. Tries a centering pass, is deflected. Brandt with the shot. Goalie deflects it into the protecting netting, so we'll have a puck drop. Wrister denied. Penalty coming up on White. On Monroe. Why did I say White? Penalty upcoming on Hans Brandt. So we're 4-on-4 for 46 seconds, which will take us into the third and final period, unless somebody scores here. Four seconds remaining in the second period. So in a heated second period, with Monroe scoring 2, although I think it really only should have been 1. We'll see if that even comes into play at all, but so when we come back in the third, we'll continue the 4-on-4 for 20 seconds, and then the Thunderbirds will be on a power play for 1 minute and 14 seconds. Unless they're not. See, tomorrow we have a high of -7. That's friggin' awesome. According to my phone, it's currently 6 degrees outside, but it feels like it's negative 16. The winds 25 miles an hour. Be -4 by 11 p.m. tonight. Can't say I like that. All right, we get ready to start the third period here. Cheesemakers leading 3-1. Thunderbirds are now on a power play. Monroe's able to get it out of the zone, auto zone. Cheeky backhand pass. I don't think Brock's as tall as he is. He's able to get his foot out there and block the attempt. Did he miss that? Power play is over. So Monroe's penalty kill unit does its job. That puck misses wide right. We'll try that again. Nice pass over to Janicki. Jennike's shot deflected by number 15 for the Thunderbirds. Monroe scores. So Haas takes a shot, it gets blocked, and then we'll see who gets credited with it. Lane Schilt was there, as was Kittleson was there too, number 10. Lane Schilt with the goal. So Lane Schilt with the goal. Nice leg save by Brock. Good poke. Woo! Upcoming penalty. This will be on Monroe. And it's on Tucker Mallory, dropping the people's elbow from the top rope. That's not allowed at this level. So 2-minute power play for Baraboo. Saved by Bradley. Good glove by Brock. Good hustle there by Blake Fogate. Really bird dogging the Thunderbird offensive players. Somehow, somehow that doesn't trickle over the line. Cooler heads prevail. 30 seconds remaining on the Thunderbird power play. Nice move by number 5. And power play is over, so Monroe able to kill the power play once again. My hand's getting kind of cold, to be honest. Lane will dump it down. Monroe changes out a pair. Now they'll change out 3. Brock won that one. So going to be a couple of penalties here. Looks like we're going to have 2 on Monroe and 1 on Baraboo. The 2 on Monroe is Tyson Falgate and Owen Hicks. I don't know what. Are we plea bargaining here? What's what? Cross check and charging. So the penalty on Baraboo is a 10-minute misconduct. So it's going to be is it a 4-on-3 or is it it's a 5-on-3? Okay. So 5-on-3 power play for Baraboo. First period went pretty uneventful. I mean, really, it was the second period where started getting a little chippy. And that has continued on into the third here. And Baraboo gets one back. So Baraboo's able to take advantage of the 3-on-5 power play. And they will have a 4-on-5 power play here for the next 23 seconds. And I think Baraboo's taking a timeout. Yep. Timeout, Baraboo. So both teams in this game having a player with a 10-minute game misconduct, and I didn't see either one of them. Oops. All right. Power play is over for Baraboo. And Thunderbirds just pulled their goalie. Penalty on Monroe. This is on Brady Stewart. And this will be a 5-minute penalty on Stewart. So Stewart will be done for the evening. So I'm not understanding why Baraboo's not pulling their goalie right now. It would have been a perfect time to do it because the puck's down in Monroe's end, and they're on a power play. They could. That was a dangerous pass. As a former goalie parent, that made me nervous just watching that. I just find this bizarre that they're not pulling the goalie. Good defense by Good. We're coming up on 40 seconds in the game. Can of corn for number 11. So that will do it from this slice here in Monroe. Cheesemakers have a strong second period and hold on to win this one 4-2. Hope everybody gets home safely without any issues, and stay warm for tomorrow and possibly parts of Saturday. Don't take any extra risks if you don't need to, you know what I'm saying? You too, Wisco. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next here on the 27th, this coming Tuesday, as Monroe will take on Edgewood. We'll see you then. In the meantime, be good to yourself. Be good to your suit. I am out.